Hello and welcome to another episode of Malt Magic and More. Kirek was back and boy did we need him. We have a lot to discuss on the After the Show show.
He's here!
He's back. I literally look like a different person from those intros. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Hello!
We are
back.
older, I suppose.
Yeah.
And
we are.
Just say,
and our characters as well.
What an entrance by Kirek that was.
Yeah.
I messaged Kirek saying, how do you want to enter? And there was two options. One was like, I kind of want to just hit a pillar. And the second one was like, or just standard superhero landing. I was like, I've got to go with the first now.
Yeah. It was very funny as well because it was like when Matt, you asked them to roll initiative and then you sent me a message being like, you too, and I rolled a natural 20 and I'm like, wow, that's good. That's nice.
Do you know what I would have chose? I would have chose the Terminator naked landing entrance. And then
yeah.
Do you really want to lose all your magic shit again?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was obviously a difficult fight. They were hitting hard, and we were struggling.
I don't think I'm overstating it when I said if Kirek hadn't turned up, I think we'd have been fucked.
Yeah. I was rapidly heading downhill, and it was only Spirit Guardians that was whittling away at them. Because honestly, I couldn't get enough hits in.
The first round, pretty much, they halved my hit points, and then I retreated. Kirek turned up, and then Spirit Guardians did the rest of the work for us.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, I mean, on their turn, Kirek was doing as much damage as I was doing on my turn. Yeah, just shows how powerful that thing is.
Yeah, that's the thing with Spirit Guardians, man. Is that like the more enemies there are, actually the better that spell is, really.
Yeah.
It's just so, and that was like level 4. I was rolling like 4d8s. If I upcast that even more, it's just crazy. That spell's crazy.
Can you tell us what those two are, or can you not because they're turning up later?
Were they elementals?
Oh, the two enemies.
Were they elementals?
One of them was an air. Yeah, one of them was an air elemental something. The AM something. That's the one I kind of took. The other ones I have no idea. They look like air elementals, but.
So I've spent a lot of time poring over my my Cobalt Press books over this weekend and last week. So some of the creatures you will find in this particular dungeon are core, others aren't. So, but yes, I think you kind of got it from the nature of the description. They were elemental beings.
Yeah.
Which may give you some clues as to what's going on down here, but
yes.
So what theories does that lead us on to then, if they are elementals then?
Each of the like orbs or whatever's holding it together, each one of them is for an element. We're gonna have some avatar.
I just want the Kirek to say it. It's fifth element.
It's full on fifth element.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, I know I sent like a screenshot to you guys, but I am listening to the audiobooks of the Garthenic series, and therefore tonight again I was in my element, going, I know where I am. This is amazing. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. But that was a pretty good idea to go and escape there for a bit. I never would have thought of it.
It's the kind of thing where I'm like, it's weird. Like as a player, I'm like, oh, this is definitely something we should do at this point. But then at the same time, I'm like, ooh, but that kind of like sets a precedent, and I don't want it to be like a thing that we do all the time. It's like, oh, things are getting pretty hairy here. Let's just pop into the land of the dead for a nap. It's like I don't really want to do that, but at this time it
And
felt right.
I don't think the characters would want to do it.
Yeah,
Because also, we got pretty lucky with our dexterity saving throw as well. Anders got a bit of an advantage, but you guys aren't exactly dexterous, so we got away unscathed, but I think we don't want to ride our luck.
Yeah, it's definitely the type of thing of like, Kirek probably wouldn't mind going there because I've got this like idea of that being some sort of like
Retirement home.
no, kind of like an addiction that he gets of like, because that's ultimately the place where he's going to be at. So yeah, so I kind of have that idea of where like Kirek might go a little bit, but yeah, but then all the other characters are like, fuck, no, we're not going to go there. Like, we'll literally withstand whatever is here, as opposed to going to the cold embrace of death again.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I mean, I was haunted by ancestors and all sorts. It was grim.
Yeah. Yeah.
And actually, speaking of the battle, though, it started to come together, and this is the first time I've actually twigged. I said it a couple of times on my magical orb, but I've actually done it where I've used unsettling words before I do the saving spell.
Yes.
Saving throw spell.
Yep.
And it worked every time.
It's brilliant.
It worked really well. Unsettling Words, again, did really good job. There was a guy that rolled like a 19 on the Spirit Guardians, and then Unsettling Words just undid that, which was really good.
The hardest thing is thinking of unsettling words and vicious mockeries if I'm going to do it loads of rounds in a row. Just actually thinking of what they're going to be every time.
Need a list. Every time you think about it in the week, you just write it down.
Yeah. I was just trying to think of wind puns the whole time. Which is ours. But yeah.
As I say, so many of those sentences, phrases were amazing.
And I keep forgetting, and it is handy, but it didn't really come to fruition because they died by the time it got to their round. Vicious Mockery, giving them disadvantage on their next attack. So if I'm up first, it's not a bad thing to do if they're a fucking beast of a monster or creature, and I know they're probably going to attack me, or they're going to attack somebody with a lesser AC. It's a pretty good one to get in first if I can.
Yeah.
But obviously I didn't use slow because I'd used all my slots.
And we were all clamped, so would have been weird. Yeah, I had a couple of things I could have used, but I was like, Spirit Guardian seems like the best option right now. Because I didn't get hit.
You did drop an absolute fucking clutch moment as well.
Oh, the new spell? Yeah.
Oh, whisking him away. Yeah.
That was cool. And the thing is that as soon as you did it, I instantly forgot about him. And then it was like, oh, somebody comes back on their round. I'm like, shit.
I moved towards him.
You did.
Actually moved towards. I was like, come on.
Quite funny.
But that's it. I mean, I forgot. My character forgot. The battlefield is free. I'm going that way. All right, I'm thinking about the targets, and then it was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, that spell is it's basically a. I don't want to say discount because it's actually a higher level than banishment, but it's kind of like banishment, but it's just as a reaction.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet, but it's 5th level spell, so like I can do it.
As well. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a big one. If I'm doing that, I'm not doing a lot of other cool stuff, but yeah, it can happen on whether. So it can happen when an attack is rolled or when a creature starts casting a spell. So it's in a way, it's kind of like like a mixture between counterspell and banishment, I guess, because you can use it on spells as well. But yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one, but it's very cool, and it's more things to stop Matt from rolling attacks. So I'm always happy to do. He didn't roll a natural 20 since Kirek arrived, though. So he rolled twice before he did.
Did I not roll a natural 20?
That was fun. You did.
I did, but it was Bothrid, didn't I?
Yeah, you did as Bothrid, yeah.
Hey, you're not going to sentinel that fucker, are you?
I almost did just out of spite, but
Just so that you can do it.
yeah,
Oh, fuck you, DM.
but yeah. Yeah, no, that's one of the new toys. That's one of the new toys. Matt and I have been talking about some stuff.
We have.
Matt's just
very good.
told me what put my new toy in my inventory. The dagger now to its
Nice.
attuned potential.
The dagger of Anderstruck.
The Moonblade Dagger of Esamir, which sounds cool as shit.
Hello, that sounds really fucking cool.
We have to go to that city now.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Remember that city under the lock? It's there.
So many
there.
places to go now. So many places to go.
Whoa, hey,
also
that's where the
blade is
water
bonded to me
elemental
for life.
orb is.
There you go.
Yeah.
We all know where the fire elemental is going to be.
Yarp.
Yeah. Oh, so you think one of the orbs is actually under the lake then?
Where else?
I'm just speculating here. I don't, if we are thinking that they're actually elementals. Okay. On that note, right? Are there enough elementals to go around on it, or is it more the fact that these are all of the elementals, right, in one area, and then another one's going to be a particular type of magic that's something else?
I mean, if you go by elementals, you can have the air one here, which is
Yeah.
what we're facing.
Yeah.
Fire elemental in the Black City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water elemental maybe in the Sunken City.
Well, it's either there, or if we are actually talking about them being specifically in the places that we saw, we didn't see one there, did we?
No. But then again, the places that lit up gold we established are prophecy places, not orb places.
Bloody
Yeah.
hell. Yeah.
And do you
Fine.
think
Yes.
there's an
I'm up
orb
for that thought.
under the crossing from Greenflower to Seamy, which is why it's so treacherous?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of where the Earth Elemental might be. It might be there. It's definitely going to be in some sort of like foresty kind of area.
Or Mountaineer.
It feels weird. Or Mountaineer,
Mountaineer.
yeah, even
Oh,
Mountaineer.
no, that's Prophecy, isn't it? Sorry, that's Prophecy. That lit
Yeah,
up.
there is a prophecy mountain
Mountaineer
there,
lit
but
up.
there might be an orbit. Ugh. But then again, right, it's other places we haven't been. We haven't been where the
Deluin.
orcs are. Yeah, there's a prophecy
Deluin,
bit in
yeah.
Deluin as well.
Oh, sorry, it's Prophecy again. Oh, yeah.
Wrathstrike.
I was just going to
Yeah,
say about
yeah, yeah.
Wrathstrike. Is there like a star elemental?
There are other types of elemental which are quite fun. So outside of the 4 elements, like there was what was I reading earlier? A chronomental, which is like a time elemental.
Oh,
That thing
jeez.
was fucking awesome.
Please no.
I was like, campaign
Time
2
elemental.
definitely.
Yeah, need some
That's what-
Dunamances.
I was about to say that. Yeah, that's when we know the training wheels have come off.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
You'll be fine. Yeah. I
Right,
mean,
do you want to know what my Moonblade does?
yes.
Go on.
Everything. All of it.
So, obviously, it's a +1 dagger, which we already knew. So, for every
Nice.
master it's had, it gains an ability. So, it's passed down from air to air, which is why Ramada passed it down to me, and it's now bonded for me for life until I die. And then it'll pass down to my air. If I don't have one, it'll just go dormant. So, it's got a gleaming ability. So, as a bonus action, each creature that can see me within 30 feet must make a Constitution save or be blinded.
Is there
It
any
then
creature,
has a
including
set-
us?
Yeah,
Nice.
any creature that can see me. So I'll probably use that wrong on the first time, and you'll all be fucked because you'll be blind.
We'll be blind.
That
They
sentence-
won't be.
See you.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Is that
Is
not
there no
like
distance to
within a
that?
range? What is there? Is there
Yeah.
any
Yeah,
range?
Within
not
30
just-
feet.
Within
Oh,
30
it'll be
feet.
fine then. We'll just run. It's not like Kirek tries to stay 30 feet from everyone at all times, so he can stop after 20. So yeah, we'll be fine. We'll
I
absolutely be
have my
fine.
own sentinel.
Again-
but it's not like yours.
Go
I
on.
can choose a kind of creature that is an enemy of the item's creator. So I suppose my enemy, right? and then the item glows when such creatures are within 120 feet, like Frodo's sword.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Nice.
that's cool. That's very cool. Can
That's
you
cool
change
as shit.
the Can you change the type, or?
It just says choose a kind of creature that is an enemy. So I'll have to think about
sorry,
what enemy I
I've
choose.
not. I need to tweak the end description of that. That should reset every dawn if you wish it to.
Oh,
Even better.
So every
I was about to say, because if
day,
you've
that's
got to
awesome.
choose like Fiend now, or you
Can you
know,
imagine if I went, right, I'm going to choose Fiend, and then I'm going to go to the Black City? It'd be like, just a big
Yeah.
thing, wouldn't it?
just walking through white outlines around
actually-
everyone.
it's actually-
like I can see
Yeah.
10,000 people here.
I mean, it's actually really good if you just choose like dragon, and then we walk around now, and whenever she gets closer, we're like,
Would
uh-oh.
The thing is, though, if we find Gindris, he is a
Gendris probably
dragon.
would, to be fair.
So, I mean, unless I'm specific.
Please,
but then it's
please
also
pick
got-
a rabbit, right?
Is it choose a type of creature or choose a creature?
Choose a kind of creature.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
So I could say
So yes,
orcs.
so if you did dragon, it would still like light up when Gendris was next to us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, actually. And that is may pose a question as to how specific you need to be. Can you pick? Do you have to pick a specific thing? Because Fiend is a type, like humanoid, isn't it? Is it?
Yeah, I suppose it's fiend devil or fiend
It says a
demon.
kind. Yeah.
I was just thinking, right, we're talking about fiends, but does that also mean that Danny can actually say humanoid, and then it would be us, and dwarves, and goblins, which seems a bit
So
OP. That's why I
well,
think that...
I was actually going to say, with this, because it's a kind of creature, if you wanted to do, say, dragon, done. Not draconic, but a dragon. If you wanted to say devil, fine. I'm not too worried about the humanoid front, to be honest.
Yeah.
I suppose you
Alright,
could
it's
go
also-
specifically like gnolls or.
Yeah.
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 It also has
Vampire.
an illusion property. So I can alter the item's appearance in minor ways, so it doesn't change how it's worn, carried, or wielded.
Make it look like a steak knife.
So I could make. Hang on. Oh, so it's not the sword's appearance; it's an item's appearance. So, for example, I could make a red robe
It's
go
a
blue,
dagger.
make a gold ring go ivory. So I could touch Kirek's cloak with the dagger and make it appear as something else. If I'm reading that right.
Oh, so it's like a limited like
No,
seeming
so
spell.
the item itself is imbued with illusion magic, allowing its bearer to alter the item's appearance in minor ways.
Oh,
Doesn't
okay.
change how it's
So like
worn
the-
or
Oh, sorry.
wielded. So you can make a red robe appear blue. You could make this dagger appear rusty and crap. Those sorts of things.
Alright, so
Metal to something else.
could he disguise it as... I don't know what he'd be able to disguise it as, but if someone said, take all your weapons off you, and he's disguised it as a paper airplane.
It's a minor way though. I think
It's a
it's
minor
just-
way,
it's
so
a minor way. So
dagger.
yeah, as you say,
I would assume the shape of the object still needs to remain the same. That's
Yeah.
how I
It
would.
doesn't change
Yeah.
how it's worn,
Yeah.
carried, or wielded.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
looks
Yeah.
different, so I can make it look cheap. Yeah. It's also sentient, like Timiel's Wrath, so I get the dark vision and hearing up to 120 feet.
nice.
Nice. We'll have
Gonna
that vision now.
start getting voices in your head again. Yay! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Love that.
That I want to see.
Oh, it's got a personality.
Yeah, it does.
So Kirek's the only one with our sentient item. Great. I can deal with that. I've got my god.
No, I'm just waiting for Danny to hear the voice from his sword and freak the fuck out. Dagger. But yeah.
Well, ironically, right, the sword, its personality
Dagger.
is it wants to seek the advancement of elven kind, elven ideals, courage, loyal, beauty, music, and life are all part of this
Read
purpose.
the rest of that sentence.
However, seeks only to better the land of Nylin and maintain the line of Nylin monarchs.
Yeah. So this blade is based off of a different type, well, a similar type of blade, but this one's been made specifically for the line of Nylin. So even though certain blades of this type act in a certain way, this one acts specifically for that line and for that sort of line of descendants, if you like. So where the traditional item would try to better Elvenkind and all those things, this one is focused solely on that line of Nylin and bettering that line and doing those things.
I do hope it has a flaw though, like a character flaw, like ADHD or something.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, oh, Panda, what's that? What's that over there? Stab him! Go in, get him! Try roll! What are you talking about?
Its flaw is overconfidence in that it's bonded to me even if I'm not worthy. But, if I paraphrase, but if I share the same ideals as the sword, its loyalty is absolute. And Ander does. He wants to save Nylin. He's now fully invested in his lineage. Now he's found out his true name and the memories have flashed back. So, the only downside is Ander's going to have to get up close and stabby. So I'm going to need some. You're going to have to do aid every morning, Kirek. So
daggers are thrown.
I know, but only 20 feet, and that's too close to Ander. He likes to be at least 60 feet away.
Turn invisible, stab someone, you turn back visible, and then retreat.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Sorry, I can help you. I can help your AC. It's fine. I got Shield of Faith.
I'll just hide under Dagon's kill. Just come out and stab people and go back under.
Disguise yourself as a pair of bollocks.
The things you'll see. The things you'll see.
He just comes out, the things I've seen.
And it just comes out and is like, can we go back to the land of the dead now? I think I much prefer it.
I mean, to be fair, Dargon wears a kilt, so the things his nuts have seen.
What do you think?
Very true.
If I want to take us off on a tangent, what do you think the sparks in her heart means? Because obviously that's just been left up in the air.
No idea.
I've no idea.
No idea.
If you want to go down the good route, then it's one re-roll randomly. It's inspiration. It's something that we'll be told that it's a lucky point. I don't know. Well, that's what inspiration is, isn't it?
Or it'll be like temporary hit points, or if you get knocked down to 0, you actually go down to 1 because it restarts your heart.
Yeah, like a death ward kind of thing. Yeah, that's actually not bad guess. That's a pretty good guess actually.
Or it is that in 15 minutes we're all going to have aneurysms, and that's campaign 2.
Yeah.
I've
got my campaign 2 character ready, so I'm ready to go.
Now that we've done a couple of one-shots. No, I did say that I still had that one, but honestly, after playing a couple of one-shots, I'm really enjoying making different characters.
Yeah, it's fun.
I had to make a rabbit folk character as soon as I purchased
Harangon.
Yeah.
Which I quite like.
I might change the race. I might make a plasmoid just to be T1000.
That, the Unearthed Arcana stuff this time round is absolutely fucking nuts.
It's insane. It's Astral Elves looks so cool though.
But it
but the plasmoid.
Strixhaven, it's got to be for the Monsters of the Multiverse book, right?
It's the Monsters of the Multiverse one, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Strixhaven, the UA for Strixhaven's already been. It was around the same time as the
it's been and
Draconic
gone,
one. Yeah, which looks weird as hell as well.
The Draconic one, or Strixhaven?
The Strixhaven one, because it's like subclasses that work for various classes. It's weird.
Yeah.
Looks cool, but it's very weird.
Yeah,
like a subclass that can be taken by a bard, a warlock, and a sorcerer.
Yeah.
Just weird. Yeah. How do you balance that? It's very
starting
strange.
to get to the point where you can be any race, any class, any subclass. It's almost like a point-buy system where you literally just mix.
It's more like
up.
It's more like lineages more than race. That's basically what Tasha's was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, they are going to release the new evolution, as they called it, which is probably going to be 5.5e in 2024.
Now, do you think that is to help? So, like the fact that as much as they're giving them all these things, I like it, but that maybe it's like, hang on a minute, it's getting a little cloudy. That what they're going to try and do is sort of try and smooth it out, iron it out. Just do you think it's going to come along with that, or?
Yeah, I have a theory that's a little bit of that and a little bit of let's look back at stuff in the PHB and kind of beyond after that, and balance it out with everything else. Because if you look at subclasses from like Tasha's in certain classes, particularly like Sorcerer or Clerics even. Clerics a little bit less, but Sorcerers is massive. Like the subclasses of Sorcerers in Tasha's are just mechanically, if you're only looking at like mechanics, are just better than all the other classes, all the other Sorcerer classes, subclasses. Mm-hmm. So I think it's all about trying to like balance it out. But they say it's going to be backwards compatible, which means there's not going to be like massive changes, because they obviously want to make it like people going from 5e still being able to play 5e stuff. So I think it's going to be just like tweaking and the way that maybe some of the stat blocks are presented and all that stuff. So I think there's not going to be like much of a difference, to be honest.
Do you think they're going to make a couple of changes to the rules as written where it's been a little unclear? There's been a couple of these. I'm struggling to remember some of them, but there's definitely been sometimes it's like, when it's like, does this happen on the start of it? Things like Firewall and things. It's like,
yeah.
Do you run through? Do you take the fire? Do you not? It's been quite hazy, and it has had to be. We'll have to work that out.
Definitely stuff like spells.
There's always
definitely
going to be rules like that.
Yeah, but stuff like clearing up some spells is definitely going to be a thing.
I was going to say.
So I know they're trying to make it easier for DMs as well when running monsters. So the monsters of the multiverse is going to fundamentally change the way monsters work. So like spellcasting becomes a lot easier. Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see how that works.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
But going back to your point, yes, of course, there's going to be rules like that do get hazy. However, if you get a chance in 5.5 to tidy as many of them up as you can, great. Some are still going to be hazy, but fine.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be
people
stuff
like 3.5e so much.
Because there's not those rules as written,
Well, it's sort of... Second edition really wasn't a second edition, it was sort of a supplement. You had like the first ever version of Dungeons and Dragons, and then people moved to 3.5e because that was the best one, and then nobody really played 4th edition, but a load of people played 5th edition because it took a lot of inspiration from 3.5.
Was 4th edition Pathfinder, or was Pathfinder different to 4th edition?
No, Pathfinder is a spin-off of 5th edition which uses the 3.5 edition rules.
Oh, okay. Well, I've learned something new.
So it's,
4th edition is a weird one, but 5th edition is pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
I know someone who's playing a D&D session in 3.5, and they say that they love that. But again, they're aware of how similar it is to 5. So.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how the Wizards of the Coast market everything and do stuff.
Yeah.
So that's going to need some new rule books.
Have you bought the Wild Beyond the Witchlight yet, Matt?
I have bought everything.
I
bought the Wild Beyond the Witchlight when it was announced. It's a Feywild adventure, mate. You know what I'm like with the Feywild.
I am not allowed to buy it or read it because apparently I'm going to be playing that campaign soon.
You're going to have fun with that one.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to even look at the images, apparently. I was told.
You can,
it's a good one.
Buy it on D&D Beyond so you can at least be a fairy or a rabbit.
But if the DMs bought it, they can just share the campaign.
Yeah, I've got access to it. I've got access to it. I just can't read it.
Danny, if you actually do get a rabbit character, can I just bring Smoke back as a tabaxi?
Yeah. I've only created him. He's a rabbit monk of the Open Sun, or whatever it's called.
Fucking hell.
Rabbit Monk called
Oh,
This thing is
the
gonna
open sun-
move.
of the opening sun, yeah.
Probably do it.
So Way of the Sun Soul, sorry.
Probably get half speed and
So-
still do
Paragon
120
monk.
feet.
That's a nice subclass, actually. I like that subclass a lot.
Well, they get like silly things like they can re-roll dex saving throws and stuff, can't they, or something like that? I can never remember.
Oh, that's just monks in general can just do that. But
Yeah, but no, Harangons can do it as well. There's like if you
It
put
goes,
Harangon
Oh,
it
can
and
goes
they?
monk
well
together,
with
it's
the racial traits of the
stupid.
rabbit, yeah.
I
Nice.
do definitely want to play a monk from the start because I know that I'd need to, and I know that there are times when it's really frustrating. You know, I think you get that with pretty much all characters and classes. So I know it can be frustrating at times, but I do want to see how it is.
it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
I mean, the Sun Soul gets basically a radiant sun bolt that it can fire at people, so it can do some range stuff.
It's so
Literally,
cool.
the sun is going to shine out of your ass.
It's so cool.
It's cool as fuck.
This,
It's amazing.
the sun soul's pretty
Just
good.
imagine Thumper doing a Kamehameha from Dragon Ball Z.
It's basically basically
Got
Hanakin.
3 times.
but you
Crouching
just
tiger, hidden
throw-
rabbit.
Yeah. So campaign 2, all
The-
monks,
the
yeah.
Dream,
Yeah.
the dream team would be so.
Can we do a
Smaug-
one-shot with
Smaug
all
plays
monks,
a monk.
just to
I'll
see what
bring
happens?
back Mutt. I'll bring back Mutt because I like Mutt. Can we all bring
Barbarian.
no charisma characters and we just bicker and fight all the time?
Oh my god.
And we actually
That'd
just
be
fucking
amazing.
hate each other as a group. That'd be good.
That'd be amazing.
Oh.
A low
So,
charisma
I've just been
party.
playing a
no one
Blade
has the
Singer.
face. Ooh, Blade Singer.
Yeah, so I've just been playing Blade. Oh, I'm still playing a Blade Singer in a little sort of. We called it a one-shot, but it's not a one-shot campaign.
They're fun.
So they got some work.
Very fun.
But yeah, I've not really been able to use the abilities because it's a proper puzzle role-play campaign. But it's a good one.
You're still
Mate,
a
I'd
wizard,
be-
so
Still a wizard.
A puzzle roleplay campaign, that sounds like my worst nightmare.
Like the whole thing is a puzzle that we've got to try and figure out. Like it's just
Maybe
one
it is a
massive
one
puzzle
shot,
that
but
we've
you're
got
just
to try and
taking
solve.
that long to figure the puzzle out. It's just taking.
Oh, absolutely. But we've done that typical thing. Like we went into this house and everybody went in a different direction. So the DM was just there,
Yep.
like, I've got a lot of fucking rooms now to deal with, and you were all doing different things. So it takes like hours to get through that because there's all these
Literally-
different encounters
literally
and
a
shit going on.
Yeah.
Is it like a death house?
Pretty much.
H.H. Holmes'
So,
house.
Well, I think it's a complete homebrew campaign, so it's basically we're stuck in this time loop, and the only way to remember anything is to die. So if you don't die before you get hit by this wave, you remember nothing from the time loop before. So my character is now just like, oh, I'm going to stab you later, because she's just a neutral. So yeah, she's found this
Just
dagger
can't
and she's
live
just
tomorrow.
like, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead.
That's a...
what a film.
Oh. Oh, good.
It is an insane little like mini campaign. So level 5 characters.
Oh, boy.
All
Ouch.
playing Reborns as well, which is interesting.
Reborns as
Oh.
in what?
As in the race
Enlighten me on
Reborn.
The race
Oh, nice.
reborn from Wild Mount.
It's a race
Wild
Reborn.
Mount?
No, wasn't it Strahd? Ravenloft.
Yeah, from the Guide to Ravenloft, yeah.
Yeah,
Go and have a
Ravenloft.
look.
Van
I've never
Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. Yeah.
Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are they
Which
playing
does
that
come
because
with a
of
cool
this?
ability, like
because of
knowledge
this,
of the
you know,
past. So whenever you
dying
make an
thing?
ability check, you can add a d6 to try and remember something, or try and use your experience of the past to figure something out. It's pretty cool.
Oh.
I love how they actually do different things. So that's basically Bionic inspiration, right?
Kind of, yeah.
In a way, but I like.
But
I
it's
like
only
how
for
they
yourself.
twist it. Yeah, I like so they've twisted it so I can't give myself Bionic inspiration, which is annoying. But they've obviously twisted it, and I like that. So for example, like with the rabbit folk, they basically get rogue abilities to do like lucky points or re-rolls on deck save, or like a way to do evasion without it being evasion. So it's good if you want to play that sort of character, but you don't want to be a rogue or you don't want to be a bard. You can still get those sort of things, which I like.
There's lots of fun to be had. But yeah, so we shall figure out what's going on in this elemental place next week. then.
Yes. Some more
Without
info.
me.
I won't lie to you, this is not going to be easy.
No, you're not in
I
next
think you've
week,
already
Sam.
figured that out from the...
Yeah.
Not this week, I don't think. I don't
No,
think I'm in
Samal's
next week.
not here next week, but we're going to play as if Kirek is still back, because it's just 1 week you're missing.
Sweet.
Which
Right,
is fine.
okay.
So I'll be handling Kirek.
Yeah,
You'll be casting Spirit Guardian straight away, Matt. Thank you very much.
it's probably
Yeah,
it's probably
pretty much,
easier,
pretty
Matt. It's probably easier if you give Kirek to one of these guys, to be honest, because you're already
You
gonna
reckon?
have a lot on your plate. Yeah, probably. I don't mind.
I was about to say, if you set it, you know, set what you've got, which you presumably you have done because it's a long rest. We
Yeah.
very much likely won't long rest, and therefore we'll just use whatever you got.
I am more than happy to do that. If one of you guys wants to take over Kirek for a week, that helps me out.
You can roll for it, Danny, if you want.
Let's do
Roll now, roll now, roll now.
Roll now.
Oh, hang on, wait. Let's
Oh,
do
we'll
it.
do 3% all dice. Best of 3.
Okay, 3% dice.
So whoever gets the highest percentage wins. We'll do the best
Hang
of 3.
on. Percentile dice.
Hang on, let me give me digital dice out.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. Let's
Get your double
see.
Ds out.
Let's see.
Get your double D's out.
Right,
So
hang on.
on the digital roller, I'm just pressing the D100 button.
Yeah, I'm going to do that in
Yes.
a second. I'm going to do it on D&D Beyond as well. Hang on, I'm going to skip back to what we would usually have here. So I know it looks different, but it's fine. Right, here we go. Hey.
Oh, here we go then.
Hey, nice.
And
I get to see all the secrets from Dargon.
you gone,
now.
Danny?
Oh no, I was waiting for you.
Right, 3,
Sorry.
2, 1, go.
2, 1.
That is
76.
62 and 76.
76.
So Danny
1
wins
point for
that
Danny.
one. And again,
Round 2.
Round 2.
don't know whether you saw I got a 1! And
One.
I got a 1, and Anders is
The odds
an
of you rolling a
18,
1.
which we can't see.
18.
That's a
ironically.
divine
2 points to Danny,
intervention
so there we go.
working right there. I
There we
haven't
go.
managed
That's
to do
it.
that yet.
That's it. There we go.
And
So
we'll
I've
be
got
going.
a fucking
Roll
lot of
of
character
Kirek.
sheet to read, haven't I?
Yeah, you got a little bit.
I mean, to be fair,
don't-
to be fair, Danny, I can have it up on the screen as well. So basically, we can sort of choose and pick together and decide.
How am I going to press the buttons?
Yeah. You should be able to still do it on the character sheet, I think.
Maybe not actually.
Or just get some physical
check.
dice out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we can do it that
Yeah.
way. You know, you say
Well,
you
I
can
mean,
do
like,
this. I'll
tracking
say
spell
right.
slots and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
How many have you used?
you
and
both
things?
can run Kirek to make it easier. So if Dave
Yeah.
needs to roll the dice, Dave can roll.
I
the
roll the dice.
and
Yeah, we can.
decide.
I can print his off, and we can just do it that way. So yeah, let's just do that.
Yeah, true.
It means I've not got to do
Yeah.
it. I'm happy.
I was about to say you're going to be throwing shit
at
at us anyway. We might as well be playing our end, and we can be, you know, texting backwards and forwards or going, "No, do you want to do this next?" And we can just be open about it. So, big fun.
Just look at Kirek's. The background on your character sheet is
It is
fucking
baller.
cool.
Badass. Yeah. Subscriber perks right there.
Oh, I can press the buttons, I think. Yeah, I can press the buttons.
Oh, sweet.
That's what
You can
I
press
say,
some
think
of
you
them, I
press the buttons.
think. There's other
Oh
things
no,
you
I press
can't
cast and nothing
really.
happens. If I press
Yeah.
cast, it
Yeah,
doesn't
well,
happen.
yeah. If
Ah,
you press
okay.
cast, it just means that the spell slot gets taken. I think.
Yeah, but it doesn't. If I press it,
Ah,
that's
yeah.
what I'm
Click
saying.
and cast doesn't do anything.
Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't do it. Okay. Well,
Fuck me.
just keep
I mean,
track.
I can
I
do
know
it,
you said
obviously.
you got a lot of spells, but that is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know 100 spells now, so I have to choose every day from 100 spells.
I've just spotted one that's called. Oh, I don't want to say it just in case you've got smoke spells.
No, I was gonna say let's leave those that spell list behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Oh my Jesus.
yeah. You have some weekend reading to do.
Yeah, we
Well,
better look up at that, Danny, and yeah, guys,
gonna have to-
tune
you know-
like. Go on.
You know the film A Beautiful Mind, where there's just stuff all over the wall. It's going to be like that. I'm just going to have it all over.
Yeah, just behind Danny is going to be this wall of stuff, and he's just going to be turning around like. I think we'll do spiritual weapons. No, scratch that.
There's another reference. You know when Charlie from Always Sunny has his conspiracy theory board out? That's in here at the minute, with all the strings. That's what it's going to be like for me next week.
Absolutely.
But
Might have
yes,
to sniff some
do be
paint
prepared
and
for
drink some paint
challenges
to get me in
though,
the mood.
because you have gone somewhere you were not meant to go yet.
Well, we'll see.
What, to this play? Oh, fuck me.
Was
Yeah,
that the
enjoy
turn back
That's the
now
nugget I'm
thing?
going to leave you on.
So you're going
Well-
to come back, and Danny's cast like fucking 6th level cure wounds 5 times because we're fucked.
That's fine. That's fine.
Or you've aged so much that you've gone senile, so I'll just make Kirek go rogue and he becomes like. He goes Mad Max.
No.
It's literally
Oh,
turned
man.
into the...
Can I
Denzel
interest you
Washington
in
in
our
Book of Eli.
mistress, the Raven Queen?
Yeah.
I become the fish.
Denzel
The
Washington
fish
in the Book
dude.
of Eli, that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I'll
would become the fish dude.
dude.
There we go, that's the plot hook. That's the whole story
That's
secret.
it. Yeah, that's
Kirek
it.
is the fish dude.
That's where he went
Mhm.
for this whole year.
Selling fresh fish. So,
Oh dear,
Ah,
oh
too
dear, dear.
amazing.
Right, let's wrap up then. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Well, I mean, with the end of that episode, you've got to tune in next week for our campaign to see just what on earth Danny and I do with Kirek, and hopefully not embarrass ourselves too much about reading someone else's character sheet. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight, and thank you again for following us on Twitch. Like and subscribe on YouTube, and for any more information and any timing changes or anything else like that may or may not happen, do please find us on social media. You will find as much information there as possible. The podcast also for the main campaign, and we are slowly making our way to getting these episodes up online as on podcast as well. We will get there eventually. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed tonight, and I hope that you continue to enjoy all of the content that we provide you. Have a lovely evening, and good night.